up, guys? It's LogicLookss, and today, boys, as you guys saw by the title and the thumbnail, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make some tokens in 2K22. To be honest, tokens have come by pretty easy for me. I have actually gone all the way to the pink diamond board, and honestly, it's not a lot. It might not seem like a lot, but I have barely locked in any collections. I've locked in one collection on each conference, and to be honest, it was very, very easy to make tokens for me. So I'm going to show you guys what I did to make tokens, what I did to get this Kyrie Irving, and what I'm going to do to get this, next pink diamond that I get eventually. I'm going to show you guys all the steps I took, all the things you can actually do in the game right now to earn yourself some easy tokens and a lot of other things. So stay tuned. We're going to jump right into it, man. I'm excited. Without further ado, let's get into it. So boys, the very first thing that you can actually use to make tokens, and this right here is going to be hands down the best way to make tokens while playing the game. If you want to play the game, if you're not balling on MT or VC, or if you don't have all the collections almost complete, this is going to be the best way to actually make tokens. And honestly, bro, this is probably my favorite way to make tokens too, because I really enjoy this game mode a lot, and I know some of you guys probably enjoy the game mode a lot as well. And of course, if you don't know what I'm already talking about, I am talking about the draft game mode in 2K, bro. This right here is hands down the best way to make tokens if you can win the games. Now, if you can't win the games, you might have to practice. You might have to, run through draft a few times, kind of get the hang of the game first. Play unlimited, play limited, play whatever you need to play to get a hang of the game. And basically, if you win the games, if you even get up to like 5 wins, you should be able to get a decent amount of tokens. I've actually beat the draft, I think, 2 or 3 times, and all 3 of those times, I've gotten around 25 to 40 tokens on average, from the board. Obviously, you get an ascension board and you get a lot of tokens from it if you could pick the right spots. Obviously, it all comes down to luck, but again, on average, 3 times that I've ran through the board completely. I think one of those 3 times I actually stopped at the very last game or the second last game, so I did lose the very last game to get that last 5 ball drop or last 5 picks, but I still did earn a decent amount of picks, and all of those times I have earned over 25 tokens from just playing the draft. To be honest, yes, it is tough to play the draft. If you guys don't know, I mean, you do need tickets to play the draft. You guys probably already have some. If you're just starting the game off, I think you actually start with 5. So if you haven't played draft yet, I highly suggest you guys get on that. And if you have played draft and you ran out of tickets, obviously, bro, 2K drops weekly challenges for a free ticket. You guys can see if you complete these challenges, you get a draft ticket, and then of course there's more right here. And then they're gonna continue to add some, and hopefully they do add some in locker codes as well. But there's definitely a lot of ways to get some draft tickets this early in the year. To be honest, you shouldn't really be struggling to play the draft. Obviously, don't spend VC on the draft unless you have VC from like My Career or My Park, whatever you have VC from, fine, but just don't buy VC to play the game mode, because obviously it's not ideal. I wish it was MT2, but unfortunately it's only VC. But again, it is hands down probably the best way to make tokens this early in the year, and I'm going to show you guys some of the clips that I have from how many tokens I've earned. So boys, I think I actually only have one clip, but you guys probably saw it on the screen. I mean, you guys can see the tokens adding up off of one, board, one ascension board, or whatever you want to call it. So this right here is hands down the best way to earn tokens while playing the game, because in my opinion, it's actually the most worth it as well. Not only are you going to earn tokens, you're going to earn MT that you can, put towards collections if you want. You're also going to have a chance at getting that pink diamond card that is in the draft ascension board. So there's definitely a lot to do in draft, and there's a lot of tokens to earn in draft. So give that a go. That is hands down my favorite way to earn tokens. Obviously, the game mode is fun. So I mean, I enjoy it, and I can actually pretty easily win these games as well. So that's why I also enjoy the game. But again, if you're somebody that struggles with that, don't worry, I got more methods for you guys. Somebody that struggles with playing online, I got offline methods for you guys as well. And to be honest, the best way to make tokens offline, now there's 2 different things you can do, or 3 different things you can do technically. First of all, if you want to play TTO offline, now I'm not gonna lie, TTO offline is still a sweaty game mode. Don't get it twisted. For some reason, the CPU is absolutely goated for no reason whatsoever. But again, TTO offline is a good way to earn some tokens. I mean, you earn some tokens for just getting some wins. You guys can see 5 wins. By the time you get to 6 wins, you get 4 tokens just off that. And then again, the vault is another thing you can get tokens from while playing this. There is 5 tokens and 1 token in there. You're probably gonna get a lot of the 1 token, considering every time the vault opens, I mean, all I've been getting is 500 MT or 1 token, and then 1000 MT as well. So go ahead, if you're somebody that struggles with online gameplay and you can't win games, I mean, I would still suggest you guys go try draft mode out, or play some unlimited, get used to the online gameplay, find a way to win, find your gameplay or your game style, and basically play draft, because that is still going to be hands down the best way to earn tokens in this video, most likely. But again, TTO offline is not a bad way. And of course, if you're still somebody somebody that, you know, struggles with even TTO offline, I mean, there's different ways to, you know, earn tokens as well that you could actually, you know, do two things at once. You kind of, you know, knock two birds out with one stone, because at the same time, you guys can see right here, these spotlight challenges give you 30 tokens for completing the entire thing. And if you're going for that diamond Luka, you're gonna need to complete these, so you might as well, bro. You also earn some tokens along the way. I think in total you're gonna earn around like 37 or 38 tokens. So go ahead, do these offline game modes, look through the challenges. 2K updates these consistently. I can't really tell you guys what challenge to do because they always change, so just look through the challenges every couple of days. Find a challenge that you want to do, find a challenge that's actually for tokens, or, you know, the reward is tokens, and honestly, just get through it. Play TTO offline if, you know, you're struggling with even that. And honestly, those are the two best ways offline to make tokens, because TTO offline is very easy. I mean, you can run through it pretty easily, at least in my opinion. From what I've found, I've been running through games pretty easily. You can make a decent amount of tokens, not a crazy amount, still a decent amount of tokens from that. And then of course, spotlight challenges, as well as just other challenges in the game as well. Just look through all the challenges, find challenges that give you tokens for, you know, completing them, and go ahead and get them done. So boys, like I said, this video is a little bit simple because, I mean, it's just showing you guys the different ways you could actually make tokens. But again, somebody that's a casual player, this video might help them out, so I decided to make it because honestly, bro, a few of you guys asked me over on Twitter, yo, how do I get tokens? And to be honest, it isn't really that hard. It isn't as hard as it seems. You just have to play the game, you know, pretty much. But the next method we're gonna hop into, I'm kind of breaking it down more for you guys, letting you guys know if you should actually do these game modes. This one right here, I would only recommend this if you're actually really good at it, and it is of course the TTO online, the 100. To be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this game mode. You can earn yourself a decent amount of tokens. I would say every hour you're probably gonna earn like 15 tokens off this game mode, and that's if you actually win. If you don't win, you're probably not going to earn as much. So if you're not winning these games, if you're not getting to that final board, to be honest, just scrap the whole idea. Do not, you know, play this game mode. It is not worth it at all. But if you're somebody that's really good at this game mode and you run out of draft tickets, or, you know, you don't want to play the draft anymore, switching over to this game mode is actually very recommended, because to be honest, you're going to earn yourself a decent amount of tokens off this, 15 to 20 an hour if you're good. If you're really good, you could earn even more. It just depends how fast you can run through the games and how far you can get into that board. It is very important though for getting tokens off this board to make it to that last ball drop. If you don't make it to that last ball drop, there's no point of even, you know, playing this game mode officially. So just don't do it if you're not good at it. To be honest, a lot of people aren't. Me personally, I'm not a fan of this game mode. I've barely played it. I've only played it to do some challenges and stuff like that, so I haven't really been focusing on actually sweating through the, you know, the board. But again, if you're really good at it, go ahead and give it a go. You might as well. You could earn a lot of different things as well from this you know, TTO online game mode that gives you not only tokens but MT. And the reason you want MT, as we move into the next method right here, is actually to do collections. Now I have to talk about this because a lot of you guys are probably very confused why I haven't talked about it. I mean, you do earn 10 tokens for every collection you complete, and some of you guys are like, why don't I just complete every collection in the NBA? First of all, that is a huge waste of MT. Cards right now are pretty expensive. They're only going to continue to drop, so do not finish collections yet. What I would recommend though is to finish one collection from each conference, because obviously you need that for Luka, and that's going to help you a lot as well, because you get 20 tokens in total from finishing those collections. So go ahead, finish one collection from each conference. Honestly, just pick the cheapest one. Pick one that you already have a lot of cards from. Like if I had OKC and I had 7 cards from OKC, and I knew OKC had no expensive cards, I would just go ahead and do this. But again, you know, I wouldn't really recommend doing collections this early in the year. It's not worth, you know, tying up all your MT into collections. I would just save my MT as much as possible and make it stretch as much as possible. But again, if you're somebody that's absolutely balling on MT, if you're very close to finishing a collection, let's just say you have like 11 to 15 players, honestly, go ahead, bite the bullet, you know, buy the players you need. If you have 11 to 15, you might as well finish it at that point and get your 10 tokens. But again, don't go out of your way to complete these collections. It is not worth it. You are going to just be throwing away MT that's never going to come back to you, and you're going to be locking in cards that could definitely rise in the near future. Boys, we've talked about pretty much all the game modes that you could actually play, and we talked about some of the collections you can do, but a collection that most people don't know about is actually a very slept on one, because you can make a lot of tokens from this. And me personally, I have not gone through this yet either, but of course it is the jersey collections. And you guys can see there's association jerseys, icon jerseys, and statement jerseys that you can lock in. Now if you actually do all these, it is going to take you a while, and you guys might be wondering, Logic, where do I find these challenges? Well, all you got to do is go to lifetime agendas, scroll down, you guys can see the divisions, click on any of the divisions, and you guys can see some of the challenges. Again, it is not really that hard. You guys can pretty much do this naturally. Some of you guys probably already have a lot of these already done. You get these through playing any type of game mode in my team. You can play draft with random players. You can play TTO online, unlimited, domination, limited, literally anything adds towards these totals. You guys can see for this one right here, to get the court, well, the court is something you don't need, so I'm not going to talk about it, but association jersey, make 20 dunks with the Nets player, so I would go ahead and do that to get that jersey. Make 23 pointers with the Nets player, boom, I could go ahead and finish that to get the icon jersey. And all you got to do is basically finish all the jerseys for every single one of these divisions. Now, if I had to guess how long this would take you in total, if you had 0 of them, it would probably take you around like 24 hours, like literally of straight gameplay. So it is kind of, you know, very, very tedious. But again, this is something you can get done naturally through draft mode. If you play with random players, you're going to hit threes, you're going to score points, you're going to get dunks, and eventually it does add up over time, and you're going to get those jerseys. But again, getting those jerseys is very, very important, because like I said, the collection for these jerseys locks in for 20 tokens here. You get 20 tokens here, you get 20 tokens here, and that's for each conference. So in total, you get 40 tokens for basically every single one of these, you know, little tabs. So you get 40, 80, 120 tokens in total, which is ridiculous. It's a lot of tokens. It's free tokens pretty much if you just do the challenges. You don't have to spend any MT on these jerseys. Again, you can't even buy them on the auction house. So I mean, go ahead, finish those challenges. That is something, another very, very, very important thing I wanted to mention at the end of the video, towards the end of the video. It is probably the best way to make a quick little 120 tokens, like just like that. I mean, obviously it's not really quick, but it does come naturally. So some of you guys, you know, probably already have a lot more jerseys than I do. But again, if you don't, you could go ahead and, you know, just finish some of the challenges. You're probably pretty close to finishing most of them as well. Like you guys can see, collect 5 Pacers players, you get the logo, which doesn't matter, but make 20 dunks. I'm already 1 of 20. Like some of these I'm already started in, you know, the Bulls challenge, boom, 14 of 20. I might as well just go ahead and finish it. So go ahead, do these uniforms. If you didn't know about them, definitely get them done. You know, I'm just trying to do it naturally. I'm not really forcing it because I don't really need tokens right now. But for some of you guys that are trying to grind towards that Kyrie and those other token rewards, definitely give that a go. Lock in, do those challenges, get those jerseys, lock in the sets, and you should be good to go with the cool little 120 tokens. So boys, we pretty much talked about all the different methods or all the different ways that you can actually make tokens. If I missed any, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know in the comment section down below as well if this actually helped you out. It was kind of a simple video, but I decided to make it because a lot of you guys have been struggling to make tokens. And to be honest, there's only like 1,300 people or like 3,000 people. You guys can see Mitch Richmond. Around 3,000 people that have actually gone all the way to the pink diamond tier. So go ahead, bro. Lock in. Do these, you know, different things that I mentioned. Again, the order that I would do them in, or the three most recommended ones that I would do. Number 1 is draft, hands down. If you're playing the game, if you actually want to play the game and you're decent at the game, draft is the best way. If you could win all the games, it'll probably take you like 2 hours if you actually get a few rage quits in there, and usually you do get a few rage quits as well. You're probably gonna earn anywhere from 25 to like 40 tokens, so definitely well worth it in my opinion. If you ran out of tickets or you don't have, you know, VC from my career or my park, whatever the case is, I would probably switch into, you know, TTO online if you're actually good at it. If you're not good at it, I would either do offline challenges or do TTO offline. But again, I wouldn't really recommend the offline modes. They're not going to give you the most tokens, and it's going to be very, very tedious, boring. And honestly, the CPU is pretty jacked up this year, so you guys already know you're probably going to be struggling with that as well. And it's very, very annoying to get clamped up by the CPU. It is actually very, very annoying to the point where you'll probably break your controller. And then, of course, we did talk about collections. Again, I would not recommend locking in regular My Team base set collections. Do not waste your MT unless you're rich, unless you have a million MT, unless you have like 10 million MT. Don't do that. Lock in one collection from each side. Get that Luka going if you're trying to get him done. And then, of course, definitely focus on these jerseys. This is another very, very important thing. Whether it comes natural or whether you go out of your way to do it, I definitely strongly suggest you guys do this because it is a lot of tokens tied up in these jerseys. 120 tokens. That is a lot of tokens for just completing some simple challenges. Some of the challenges, like I said, are very easy, and some of them are going to come natural. Again, if you're very close to completing them, take a look at the challenge you have to do. Like you guys can see, man, most of these down here, I'm actually, you know, pretty close to completing. Like I might as well go ahead and complete them. So go ahead, check your guys' challenges, finish those up, grind those jerseys out, get those tokens, and honestly, bro, get those token rewards, save up the tokens, do what you're gonna do with them, and just honestly just get those tokens while you still can, while it's early on in the game and while you have time to just grind stuff like this. So yeah, boys, that's pretty much gonna do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know it was a little bit simple. Some of you guys that actually play the game every single day probably knew a lot about this stuff that I mentioned in today's video, but some of you guys that were wondering how to make tokens, I mean, you know, you might have learned something new, and hopefully you did. Hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, go down below right now, smack that like button. Let's try to get this video to 100 likes. That would be greatly appreciated. If you're new to the channel, man, hit that subscribe button, join the squad. We're on the grind to 65K. And then, of course, we do have a video coming out tomorrow, the Road to the Millie series. starts up again tomorrow, man, so stay tuned for that. Well, I'm back with consistent videos. I took a little bit off again because, I mean, honestly, bro, school is just only pain. You guys know what I'm talking about. So you know what, bro, we'll be back with videos every single day starting very, very soon. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I love you, man. Use these methods to your, you know, I guess to your advantage, and I'll see you guys in the next one tomorrow. Stay safe, stay blessed. I'll catch you. Peace.